Hello and welcome, it's Annelie van Rensburg, and today we're going to paint these pomegranates. I was lucky enough to receive a tree last year as a gift, and well, there were 3, so I'm very excited. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to give it a little bit of texture, and then we're going to paint on it. But first I'm just going to give it a strong black line. You can use your ink or a marker, or you can use anything that you like, or you can just leave it as charcoal, doesn't matter. I like the strong lines, so I'm going to go with this. Okay, there you go. I'm just gonna leave it to dry now. It will be dry very quickly, and then I'm going to start to do my texture on top of this. I'm just going to use some texture paste or modeling paste and a card to scrap it on. I'm going to use a stencil. I'm just going to place this on top of this, and I'm just going to go for it. So I'm just going to quickly wait that this dries, and then I'm going to start. Okay, I've taken these out. I'm thinking I'm going to do this in the foreground, maybe this on the pomegranate, I don't know, and these ones at the back here, and then I'll see what I'm going to do there. So you can just sit back and relax now and watch me while I'm going to start to do this. I've taken out a little bit of texture paste, and I've got an old credit card or any card that you've got. I'm just going to go around my lines. I'm not too worried to cover everything, as long as you can see there's somewhere a block or anything there. I don't want it to be too perfect. So I'm not going to cover everything, as you can see there. Now you can just pick this up, and I just want to see that the pattern is the same. Just going to pop this under because I don't want to smudge that piece there. Now I'm going to quickly do the other side. Some of the stencils are very thick, so you can just see what you've got and use that. This one is actually very thick, so I don't want to put too much in there. And remember, when you're finished with your stencil, just go and put it quickly in water and wash it. Don't let this stuff dry on top of your stencil, because it will ruin it and you won't be able to use it again. You can use a palette knife also for this here. It doesn't need to be this card. There you go. Now I just need to fill in maybe a piece there. And there you go. As I said, I'm not too precise about everything. I just want to enjoy art. I don't want to make myself sick. I'm just going to put this quickly in the water, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm impatient, so I'm not going to wait that this dry and then go back with the next one. Maybe when I've finished this one, I'll let this dry to do the inside here. You can see why I put those lines there, because I want to be able to stop where I want to, and it's almost like if I put a frame around this. So yeah, That's why I like to put a strong line that I can see what I do. Sometimes you cover it up anyway, but you still will be able to stop before you get to this. Yeah, you know you need to stop there because I don't want the texture to go inside that part there. You can do this as neatly as you want, or it's up to you, it doesn't matter. I'm just making sure I'm going around this and from the outside to the inside again. If you've gone over a piece, you can just take, if you take off the stencil, you can just take a palette knife or something and just scrape that back. That's not supposed to be there. Okay, I think I'm done now. So I'm just going to lift this up. And then I'll take my palette knife and I'll just clean up the edges that I want to paint. Now this can dry, and then I'm going to do this side and that side, and then we're going to start to paint. I can't wait. Okay, this is a little bit dry now, but I'm going to start with this. I'm just going around the pomegranate. Just making sure I'm going around all these lines that I've got. I'm just doing the fruit now. I'm not going to do anything else at the moment. I say. So now what I'm going to do, while I'm busy with this, I'm just going to pick this up and just continue with my top of my fruit here. Okay, now I just need to go around this side, and I think I'm going to use another texture paste for that. I've got this this coarse texture paste. I hope you can see that coarse texture paste. Just going to put this around there, and then I'm just going to let it dry, and then we're going to paint. I'm so excited, I can't wait. Okay, now I'm just going to do the side. As I said, I'm going to use this coarse texture paste. You can hear, I think it's got a little bit of sand or something in here. Okay, this is going to be very straightforward. I'm not going to use a lot of colors. You can use your craft paint as well for this, or your acrylics, your artist acrylics, doesn't matter. I'm going to make it this very, very easy. So you're just going to use black or a Payne's grey, white, burnt umber, a red, cadmium red, a darker red like alizaron crimson or something. Maybe I'm going to use that. Then I've got this gold sparkle. It's like a varnish with a little bit of, I don't know if you can see it, a little bit of gold flecks into it. And then I'm going to use my buff titanium, or you can use your beige. Okay, so what I'm first going to do to let it dry, I'm first going to make my inside jar. I'm going to use my burnt umber for this. After this, I'm going into my my buff titanium or my beige. Just clean your brush off a little bit. If you don't like the brown in there, you can just wash your brush or take a new brush for this part. Okay, I'm going a little bit darker than I planned, but I'll just touch this up when I'm done. Just want to go into those valleys there. And then I'm going to go into my blacks. I'm going to paint the foreground black. If you are using craft paint and it's not very opaque, then you can go a second layer, but just let this first layer dry first. You can see this black that I'm using here is not very good quality, I think. Okay, now while I'm waiting for this to dry, I'm going to go into my reds now. Okay, for this you can maybe go with a little bit of brown. on this side, or you can even take your black. I'm not going to worry too much about light and shadows on this one, but I just want to give it a little bit of a shadowy part to the right hand side, as if my light is coming from that side. Just touches of my brown, not too much. I'm gonna maybe bring in a little bit of that buff with my red, not too much. I just want to highlight there. I'm going to take a little bit of my white with my red now. Just making it a little bit lighter, not too much. What I forgot to add is my, I took out a little bit of my cadmium orange, because I want to put it around this highlight there. Just gonna put a little bit of white in. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly blow it dry with a hair dryer, that I can work on top of it. Okay, it's workable now. I think it's a little bit more drier. I just wanna still take my white, just and my buff. Well, it's still wet in some places, but it's okay. I'll come back to that later. I just want to lighten some areas. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to take my white and I'm going to, this raised blocks that I've got here, I'm going to paint them white. You can use your brush like I do, flat, so that it almost just touches the raised areas. I think I'm gonna go anyway 2 times, the second time over with the white. Okay, it's dry now. I've made a little bit of brown and black that I'm going to paint over this whole painting, and then I'll take it off with a wet cloth or a piece of paper or whatever. So here we go. Just work quickly. You can take off the excess with a piece of paper towel. or you can use a rag and just clean off the pieces that you want. Don't wipe everything away again, because then you defeat the purpose that you put the layer on in the first place. Just want to see, I don't like this piece here. I just want to darken it slightly. I think next time I will put a little bit more of a finer texture on this, because on the pomegranate, because I hope to have a lot more of texture here, and I didn't find the texture I was looking for, but it's alright. So we learn. Okay, I think I'm finished for now. I'm just going to let it dry again, and then I'm going to put on this glaze coat, this sparkle, crystal sparkle, the gold, a little bit of a glitter inside. I've got the silver and the gold. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. So for now I'm finished. Oh yeah, what I want to do is I'm just going to do a little bit of lines again around my fruit and there, because I want more stronger lines. And then I think I will let it dry first. Yeah, I think so. Okay, I don't like this light background here, so I've made a little bit of my black, my Payne's grey. I'm just going to go over this again. The contrast is too, I want a stock and a dark contrast around the pomegranate. So I'm just going to put in my black. I took a little bit of water to water it down with. Just make sure your background is dry when you do this. I'm just going to pick up a little bit here. As I said, I would have loved more texture on this, but yeah, it's done now, so I can change it. Well, I can actually go and do the texture over again, but I'm not in the mood for that now. Let me just grab a piece of my paper towel. I want the dark to go into these valleys here at the back. And then I would just want to take off the top part, so the pieces that's on top. Just going to wait for it to dry a little bit more. I'm just going to keep dabbing it. Oh, sorry, that was the thunderstorm. I almost said something that I don't need to say, but anyway. I got a fright. Okay, but anyway, I'm just going to keep dabbing these on top. I want that ridges to stay dark. And I think I'm going to leave it that dark. I don't think I'm going to take more off. I actually like it now more. You can always darken slightly on this side. Remember, this is your shadowy part. And that round form can cast a round shadow there. So I'm just going to take a little bit more off on top of the white. So yeah, I think I'm happy now. Now we can dry, and then I don't know if I'm going to varnish it though. I think I'm just going to leave it as is and not put on the glitter. I think I'm not going to put on the glitter. Maybe I'll just do it on the pomegranate. I'm not sure, but I'll decide as I wait for this to dry. I think what I also can do is I can lighten a little bit more there. So maybe I'll still do that now. I'm just going to take it on my finger like this. Just slightly touch. Yeah, looks better. So it's not a question sometimes that you decide you're finished now. Maybe when it's dry you see it's okay, it darkened a little bit, so you want to let it make it a little bit lighter. Or I'm not going to try and talk now.